How you say your last name? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
My last name is Pimentel.
Pimentai?
Pimentel.
Oh, Pimentel.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
man,
I don't like.
start your show because I'm recording now, so you can start your show and
All
then
right.
we'll start from there.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Kass Talk Show. I'm with my good friend here, BxBomber2011. Today we'll be discussing about the New York Yankees, and I do believe this guy has a lot of knowledge. He's from New York, and let's see what he has to say for this upcoming season. Hopefully, it's exciting.
Yeah, man. Well,
Go
hello
ahead, Frank.
everyone. Welcome to the show, and it's yeah, man. It's a good season to look forward to, man. The Yankees looking good. Spring training's looking good. Hopefully we can survive through this without no injuries and get to opening day intact. That's just the main mission for right now.
Yeah, that's the main goal. Get through. I mean, we already took a big blow with Zach Britton. I mean, that hurts a lot. And
Yeah, Zach Britton is a
you
big
know,
blow. Is a definitely a big blow, man. But the thing is about the Yankees this year, what separates the Yankees from the rest of the teams in the MLB, leagues, is that the Yankees have so much depth that
mhm.
anybody could step up and become the number one pitcher. In the bullpen, starting rotation, what have you. So it's quite. It's I'm proud of them this year. I'm proud of them to actually have this. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's the next man up. They're gonna have to rely on a lot of young guys because I do believe this team here this season. I remember talking about it with Section 420 Talking Yanks. This guy interviewed me, and I told him how important this season is because I don't believe that there's going to be a season next year because of the collective bargaining agreement. That players and owners can't get along, and I'm afraid that there might be a strike. So this season really, it's all in, and you have to win it this year. And
Yeah,
it's going to be a very to me, we are the best team in the American League, and I do believe that. But we have to win it this year because you have to look ahead and what's the plan for Major League Baseball after this season? Hopefully there's no strike. I'm hoping not.
yes, man, and it just hurts all the way around because it's gonna be hard for me to get to games this year. I usually like to go to every single game, but this year with the COVID policies, I'll probably make it to maybe like two games a whole homestand, man. It's devastating, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to take the COVID test, and it's only good for 72 hours. That's only three
Mm-hmm.
days. And the thing with
Yeah.
me is, I work in a school, so the COVID people they come like how you say periodically, where it could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, and it's like I don't want to buy a ticket or have my tickets ready, and I can't go to the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's devastating. So I might even be blacked out because by the time I get to buy a ticket that I know I can go, the game might be sold out because of limited quantity. So I don't know what's gonna happen with me, man. It sucks, man. But and
Yeah, I know.
I'm
We're
looking.
all looking forward. We're all looking forward to going to the games this year. Like I live here in Detroit, and I remember when I brought tickets for opening day last year. We were 2 weeks away, and then the pandemic hit, and now this year tickets are already sold out. I took April 1st off from like 3 months ago,
Wow.
and we checked on StubHub, and all tickets are sold out. So I don't know
Well,
what's.
right now, there's been a thing with matter of fact, do you have a Mastercard?
Yeah, I have I got a name card. It's a credit card.
Well, it seems like Ticketmaster is blocking Mastercards because
Mm,
Roger, the big Yankee fan, he tried to buy the tickets for the season, and it doesn't let him
hmm.
buy tickets yet. So you can't even buy
Wow.
tickets right now. So and that's another thing. They tell you ticket sales are open, right?
Hmm.
But you can't buy tickets, and the ticket booth ain't open at the stadium.
Yeah.
So there's a little like false advertising going on here. You know what I mean? Just to
Yeah,
just to put it out there.
yeah. Comerica Park, same thing. I work as a delivery driver for medicine, and I'm always around the area, so I stop by downtown, and their office ain't open at all. You have to call through a hotline, and you have to purchase tickets through I think if you want to look StubHub. So I don't know. I don't know how to get tickets right now. I mean, I look through StubHub, and there's no tickets available, especially with a limited capacity. Tickets are going to be hard to come by this year.
Yeah, man, because I'm usually the guy that gets the well, they call it the pinstripe pass over here at Yankee Stadium, where you can buy a ticket for
Hmm.
standing room only, and you get a free soda or beer with
Oh,
that ticket, right? Which is pretty good, and that's what I usually get, and it's probably blacked out now because this COVID thing, so it's limited quantity, and but the thing is too with the tickets, the Yankees have not said any policy about social distancing, the ticket quantity, how much they're gonna sell, and what sections, and they have nothing like that. Like if you go try to buy tickets right now, they're only gonna offer you season tickets, you know, and if you try to buy bleachers, they're sold out. You try to buy the tier reserve, all the way to the top, they're sold out. You can't get it. You're only offered the bottom, the legends. So it's like what do you do now? It's like I can't get in, man.
yeah. I think for opening day, I think the first choice they give it to is season ticket holders. So I got a feeling that maybe that's why it's sold out. Like I said, all went to season ticket holders. And I did standing room. Believe me, they don't want to do it. I did it 2 years in a row for opening day, man. Man, I was so tired. My legs were killing me.
Well, I do standing room all year, man.
Ugh,
I, I just
I
I
can't.
just I just know how to find the seat. I
I
know how to I know how to get around. I got people that could get me in. I can't say now, but I
no, I'm
can
sorry.
though. You know what I mean? But I always find a seat, man. You know what I mean? I mean, opening day, yeah. I mean, that's pretty hard because it's gonna be sold out. But
Mhm.
you could still probably find a seat because people walk around, people don't go to their chairs,
Exactly.
so you might be able to get one. But yeah, man. A ticket now in Yankee Stadium, the cheapest I think it. Oh, wait, I want to talk about the season ticket holders, how
Mhm.
they're being scammed.
Oh
Okay,
Lord.
because I was a season ticket holder for many years, and 2018,
Hmm.
20 from 2017 and down, right? 2017, 2016, 2015. I was getting. I used to just get the 20 game plan, just for that, and then I would buy tickets throughout the year, to get in and go with my friends and get free tickets, whatever. That 20 game plan was $20 a ticket, right, for 20 games, and it'll come out to about I think about $800 or something
Hmm.
like that, right? I think something like that. Next year they want to do the astronomical pricing where it's differential. If you go to the Mets game, you're gonna pay $40 for a ticket. Whether if you go to the stupid Padres, you're gonna pay $10 a ticket. That fluctuation in tickets. Next year they want to charge. No, I'm sorry. The first year was $600 when I had the 20 game. The next year they wanted to charge me $800, $200 extra for the same 20 games. I was
Oh,
like, wow, that's a highway robbery, man. And it's only 20 games. So imagine the rest of the season ticket holders that got robbed on that, you know, and all you get at the end of the year is to go to the Christmas. They have a Christmas party at the ending of the year where you get to go play on the
mhm.
field and all that. That's all you get, man, from being a season ticket holder. It's not worth it anymore. It's sad to
No.
say, but to be a season ticket holder, it's garbage.
Yeah, I don't buy season tickets. I just it's like you say, you pick up and you just go. If I'm off
Yeah.
the weekend, I'll go. During the weekdays, if I get off early, I'll head up a game. I head about 10 games a year before all this pandemic hit. I'd
Wow.
go
So,
when the Yankees come to town.
hmm,
I'd go watch the Royals or I watch the White Sox. just in general, any game, it doesn't matter to me. It's baseball.
Yeah, well you got the Cubs and Detroit Tigers there, so you get to see a lot of players come in. It's not like you have a one team city, like other people do. So that's
Yeah,
good. You get to see a lot of players, man. That's good. You get to see the Mets. Dude, the Mets should be something too this year. Hopefully they ring some bells. About time anyway.
yeah. I mean, look, I'm a Yankees fan, but I don't hate the Mets. I'm not like I don't get this idea. Like I've been a Yankees fan since 1990. I'm a New York fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, but I don't hate. Doesn't mean I'm a Yankees fan. I hate the Mets. Why would I hate the Mets for? I don't
Yeah.
believe in that. I don't believe in that theory because you're a Yankees fan. You gotta hate the Mets. Like I got a Darryl Strawberry jersey with the Mets. I got a Mike Piazza. I root for the Mets out of the National League. I always want them to make it.
In New York City wise, right? We need the Mets to play good because then we can't hate on the Mets fan. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Because like when the Mets suck, you can't really hate on the Met fan. It's like trying to fight a little kid. Like you're bigger than him, you're
Yeah,
trying to fight a little kid. That's how it is. So that's why we need the Mets to be good so we could trash talk with each other. Because it's fun with Met fans. They
yeah.
come out the
It's fun
woodwork.
for it's fun for New York City. It brings for the news, sports talk radio. If the Yankees and Mets are both good, and this year, and I remember in 2000 when the Mets made it to the World Series. I loved it. The Subway Series, I was loving it. It was the talk of the town.
Yeah, man, that was something else, man. They had so many great players at that time, man. Jeter hitting the first home run and all that in the
Yeah,
stadium. It's crazy. It was nuts, man. Two
yeah, I
stadiums that
loved
don't
it.
even belong, two stadiums that don't even exist anymore. Ain't that something?
Yeah, I mean the new Yankee Stadium. It looks like the old stadium, but just a little different, a little pricey.
Well, me, if you don't, if you know, I'm a Yankee Stadium expert. I vlog Yankee Stadium. I do a vlog and I show the fan experience
Hmm.
about Yankee Stadium, all the giveaways and all that stuff. And Yankee Stadium, and oh, just to let you know, my father, he worked at Yankee Stadium, at the old Yankee Stadium. He worked right behind the dugout as an usher. Um,
Well,
Now, if the real Yankee fans know the security guard, his name is Francisco. Now, everybody knows Francisco. He's the security guard with the blue shirt that stands right next to the dugout, right by the batter circle. He's a Spanish guy. He looks Dominican, blondish
hmm.
hair. You know this guy if you go to Yankee
Probably on
games,
TV.
every Yankee fan knows this guy. He stands right there, right next to the dugout. My father
Mm.
worked with him, right next to the mayor's box. So all the famous people go through there. So every time I went to Yankee Stadium, that's where I sat. For like at least good 5 years I was there. And the old stadium to the new stadium does not compare at all.
Mm.
It doesn't compare at all. The
Nothing.
atmosphere is the atmosphere is totally different now. The old stadium, the atmosphere was hostile, man. You
Yeah,
couldn't walk in there with a Mets hat. They'll beat you up by the time you even get to your seat. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like Disney World in New Yankee Stadium.
yeah.
You can't curse, you can't get rowdy. Um, if you start screaming, your chants, you might even get thrown out of the game because of that. That's how horrible it is with the security guards in Yankee Stadium, man. It's bad, but but it's totally different thing. But the facility, Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium is the greatest, is the best, man. With the elevators, the
Mhm.
stairways, I mean the restaurants. I mean Yankee Stadium blows every other ballpark out of the way. I mean compared to I don't know the new ones they're building now, but this ballpark is definitely modernized.
Yeah, it's one of the best. Like I live here in Detroit, so I went to the old Tiger Stadium, and now you see Comerica Park. It's like day and night. It's like wow, what a big difference. Comerica Park, it's viewed as one of the most beautiful ballparks in Major League Baseball. It's actually, I think it's in the top 10
Yeah,
for best ballparks in Major League Baseball. And I used to know a usher. He's retired now. I used to be like you. I used to buy the cheap seats, the upper level, but I'll see the usher and
yeah,
he'd take care of me and sit me in the nice, great
yeah.
seats. Um, Comerica Park is very beautiful. It got Ferris wheels. It got very lot of new foods. Um, you can walk around. It's big. Anywhere you sit in the ballpark, you can see the game. That's the difference. And I did miss it. This one thing you learn from this pandemic is you do miss the lifestyle that you used to have. And it was hard. It was hard not going to the stadium, and it's April or May or June throughout the baseball season, and you're sitting at home watching it through the TV, and then there's no fans, and that's what sucked.
I totally understand you, man. Myself personally, I live across the street from Yankee Stadium, and I
Mm-hmm.
walk past it every single day, go to work and all that, and it's like, yo, I want to break into the place. You know what I mean? Steal something inside of it. But I mean, Yankee Stadium. Talk about Yankee Stadium. Because of the pandemic, man. The Yankee ground crew wasn't able to work, so it's dirty outside the stadium, man. It's not like the way it was when before the pandemic. These guys were taking care of it, cleaning the sidewalks. Now, around Yankee Stadium, they have these beams
Mm-hmm.
so cars don't crash into the sidewalk. Those things used to be pearly white, like silver. Now they're like yellow. You know what I mean? It's like this pandemic has really hurt Yankee Stadium, and maybe the who knows, the whole facility of Yankee Stadium might have got hurt from it. Who knows what's rotten in there? What's major things is going on. Maybe there could be cracks in the wall. Who knows? But I'm sure Yankee Stadium is ready to go. But man, 1 year without baseball, I mean, could really break down the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see it, outside. Right? I mean, right now, Yankee Stadium is a vaccine site
Mm-hmm.
where we're doing the vaccine for the people. It's open 24 hours. They got the Johnson & Johnson in there, and
Yeah.
it's working. It's working, man. And eventually, that vaccine site will be shut down, and the Yankees will set up for uh, opening day. Matter of fact, I looked into the stadium. I should have took video of it. I don't know why I didn't do it,
That's
but
all right.
uh, right there they have the team store. They have I forgot what the hell it's called. The Legends Concourse, whatever. Anyway, they have the team store there. I forgot the names. They have the team store. The team store is not even ready yet. They still have boxes in there. It's not even set up for retail yet. So they got a lot of work to do in Yankee Stadium, man. You know, but
Yeah. Don't they open up at home versus Toronto? Don't they?
April 1st, April
Yeah.
1st. So it's like
So
another
they got
three
three
more
weeks
weeks.
of work.
Yeah, man. So that's a lot of work. That's a
Yeah.
lot of work, man. They got to hose down everything. Like I said, there's no protocol or nothing yet. You know what I mean? Um, Come to think about it, as I walk around, I don't even see the Yankee ground crew. Because usually, I forget his name, but the chief, the ground crew chief, the white guy with the blonde hair, fat guy. He always walking around talking to the umpire. You
Yeah.
him, you see him a lot around the stadium, because believe it or not, they have to work outside as well too.
Yeah.
They have to hose down the side of the stadium. I never knew that. That until I started living around here, that these guys actually do all this stuff. I was like, wow. They actually have to clean the sidewalks, the floors, the walls, a whole lot of stuff they do, man. Wow, that's a hell of a job they do, man. Not only the field, so you can catch them driving that red, like, iconic golf cart that they do
Yeah. Golf. Yeah. The
with the sound,
carts.
with the sand. You could catch them buying lunch in that golf cart, driving that up 161. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I see it. I see the workers working at Comerica Park all the time. When I pass by, they're all inside the stadium. They're outside. They're working. Um, Everything is good around here. I did the vaccine. I did it twice. Thank God everything came out okay, and I never got COVID, so that was a good thing. I remember Yankee Stadium. I went there in 2010. I watched Andy Pettit pitch. I saw Rivera get the save. I saw Posada and Teixeira homer that day. They beat Texas 4-1, and that was my experience at Yankee Stadium,
Wow,
and I
man.
loved it every minute of it. But let me tell you something. I always say it from now, and me as a diehard New York fan. New York fans, they could be the most now they're the most knowledgeable in their sports. Don't get me wrong, but also they could be the most obnoxious, arrogant.
Oh yeah.
You have like I'm a Yankee fan, bro, and I fought with three people in the stands. I mean, come on, we're
Right.
just here to watch a game. You know, you shouldn't get like too serious. For like, relax. It's just a game.
Right. And you're screaming
Some
at
of them are
players
just
that can't hear
arrogant,
you.
man.
you know, you know, it's a fact. It's a fact. One time I did the Yankee run that you get to run around the stadium, and my dad was up in the second level. Now there's nobody in the stands. He's in the second level, and I'm trying to scream to him, and he's trying to scream to me, and we can't even hear each other. So there's no way you screaming from that second deck these players hear you. Just to let you know, these guys do not hear you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a waste of
2000,
time.
2012, I remember Park. It was a playoff game when the Yankees played the Tigers. When the Yankees got swept in the AL Championship Series in 2012. You remember?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I was there. We were there at the last game. It was me and my brother. I met Michael Kay and I met Ken Singleton. And they
Wow.
were shocked, like, "Oh my God, we got brothers here. One is a Yankee fan, one is a Tigers fan." But, we're just watching the game. We're sitting like upper level. We could just watch it. And I remember there was people, taunting me and yelling at me and everything. My brother would look at the people like, "Hey guys, relax. He ain't doing nothing. He's just watching the game." Even some of the Tiger fans looked at some of the people like, "Why don't you just leave the guy alone? He ain't bothering nobody." And my brother's like, "Hey, we're not looking for trouble, so just leave him alone and let it go. Who cares? It's just a game." And I remember that game, man. I remember that whole series. The Yankees just couldn't buy a hit.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
how it
bad.
is, man. That's the story of the Yankees, man. You get to the playoffs and they don't hit nothing, man. Always. But
Yeah.
like you said, Yankee fans could get real nasty, man, when especially if you have a different team and they start and they hit a home run, and everybody looks at you like, okay, this guy's on that team. Watch him, because he ain't
Yeah.
gonna have arms and limbs by the end of this game.
I remember Cease game four, and he got killed. Cabrera knocked like two home runs. I remember Cabrera, he just knocked the hell out of them. Miguel Cabrera knocked the hell out of the ball. I always said that the two players that I enjoyed watching after Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr.
Yes.
was Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera. They're one of the best two, man, they're Hall of Famers, dangerous hitters ever at the plate. I saw those guys in their rookie years when they came up. They were playing third base, and they moved to the outfield. I remember they started off in left field, moved to third, and moved to first, and moved to DH. And I remember, man, when Miguel Cabrera was on the Marlins, he beat the Yankees in 2003, the World Series. Albert
Yeah.
Pujols, they don't call him the machine for nothing when he was with St. Louis. He was amazing. Just amazing. I even got his jersey. I even got Miguel Cabrera's jersey. I mean, these guys are two of the best hitters I've seen in my time since watching baseball since 1990. Just amazing guys.
Yeah, those guys, yeah, those are legendary guys. Thank God, thank the good Lord that those two that you mentioned have never been caught in any steroids or any scandals. They played the game the right way. Those are the, I think maybe the last two guys, if you think about it in baseball right now, that, I mean, legendary in that
Mm-hmm.
way. Everybody else is just tainted.
They allowed it back then.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think they deserve it, man. Albert Pujols, I think this might be his last year. I think. Hopefully they send them off the right way. Like they did Mariano, Big Poppy.
Yeah,
They give him gifts and stuff. They should do that for him, man. He deserves it.
yeah. He needs to. This should be his last year. That's it. I mean, it's breaking down to say, your time has come. It's time to hang it up. I just hope he has a good year to before his season ends, before his career calls it a career. I hope he does well. Ever since he signed that contract with the Angels, just hasn't not look. He's not looked well at all.
And also Mike Trout too, man. Those guys, those two guys together were supposed to be the elite on that Angel squad, man. And for some reason, Anaheim does not work for these guys. Now, they predicted Mike Trout to have some astronomical stats and all this because he had one good year, and look, he
Yeah.
hasn't done nothing since. It's like, man, like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the atmosphere, maybe it's the weather. Who knows, man? I don't really get it. I thought they would
Yeah.
be, especially Mike Trout. I mean, he should be having like MVP years every year. That's what I would thought he would have, but he's not. So it's just strange, man. It's just the way baseball is. You can't predict
Yeah.
baseball, like John Sterling
Yeah,
said.
he's a great player. I believe his marketing, Mike Trout, especially being in Anaheim, they don't market him that much, Major League Baseball, compared the way they do LeBron and the NBA or in the NFL, the way they do with the great players. Mike Trout doesn't have that. I mean, it's okay. Maybe he doesn't want the fame. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
Trout is one of the
but
Trout is
you're
a great
absolutely
player,
right
and
though,
I've been
because
watching him.
they don't even talk about him in the news or anything. Not even MLB Network say, "Oh, Mike Trout, this guy, Albert
Yeah,
Pujols." Nothing. It's like you're right. There is no publicity for these guys. There is no marketing. And I don't understand really why. Major League Baseball has to change that and get these guys going like
yeah,
basketball players and football players. Don't understand it.
yeah. Basketball. When I started watching sports in 1990, basketball was a sport that I loved. I was a diehard Knicks fan,
Yeah, me
but
too.
basketball now it died out. It died out now. Basketball for me, I don't. I could care
Yeah.
less about it. Football, I got the Buffalo Bill Giants that won 2 Super Bowls. They're going in the right direction. But the Yankees has been baseball's been the sport that I really love. And when they played 60 games last year, I mean, I was kind of happy that baseball, came back. But I mean, I didn't count it as a season. I didn't care who won the World Series. I know
Yeah.
in a full 162, the Dodgers had that team to get to the World Series, and they shown it. But Tampa Bay in a 162 never would have made it to the World Series. They never would have
No,
made it to the
they
World
would have
Series in a
died out.
162 season.
It would have died out. That's true, man. I mean, last season, if you check out my live streams, man, I was outside every game.
Mhm.
Yo, check this out. I was outside every game. I saw the players driving. I said hello as well. The players used to come in through gate 2 with their car, go in through the back.
Okay.
Then they'll check in. They'll take a temperature test and do something else, and then they'll drive out onto Jerome Avenue under the train, and then go into the parking lot. So I would stay under the train
Mm,
and see them guys pop in. So I got a live stream of everybody, Brett Gardner,
nice.
Garrett Cole, all them guys driving by there. The first day Yankee Stadium opened for the players, yo, they were out. They were literally outside on the street, man. I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to go next to him because it was COVID, pandemic, and all that. But Gabriel Torres was standing right there. I was like, holy cow, I can't believe it. He's right here, waiting to go in, So I got a matter of fact, I got to recycle that footage and show people, man. But that was amazing, man. Thank the good Lord that I survived this whole pandemic without even getting COVID.
Yeah, same here. I never got COVID. Thank God. A lot of my family members they got it, but I haven't had it. Thank God. And
and the
you know,
pandemic was horrible in New York City here.
yeah, it's danger. Yeah, when it first started, I saw that we were watching on the news, man. It's sad. You don't wish it on nobody.
Nah, you don't, man. People thought it was fake and this and that, but a lot of people died, man. I actually know a friend that actually died from COVID. Literally died from COVID. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, this was too. It was like an attack on New York, in my opinion, because people were dying at a massive rate, which was crazy. Thousands of people dying by the day, and now it's like dying out where nobody's catching it. So it's like it's hard for me to believe all these kind of rumors. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories or anything like
I know.
that, but I just believe that the beginning of COVID, those people were murdered. That got COVID, those people were murdered, and we shouldn't even be in this predicament in the first place if they would have did what they had to do. But um, if you understand the history of the world, pandemics happen out all the time. So it's like, this is not the last time a pandemic's gonna happen. So maybe 100 years from now, our grandkids might go through another pandemic. Who knows? But
You never know.
at least we're ready this time.
Yeah. This is the most important thing. We just all try to be safe. That's
Now,
very important. Wear the
let me
mask.
ask you: did you hear about the rule changes that Rob Manfred wants to set down in MLB baseball? Now,
I heard about it.
one of
He's
them,
the worst commissioner. He's the worst commissioner of all of sports. I'm sorry. He's bad.
yeah, and just to point out that Rob Manfred is the guy that led the way on the steroids lawsuits and all that stuff. With A Rod and all that other stuff. But anyway, um, Rob Manfred, he wants to make the bases bigger. I mean, how
This
many?
is for the minor league system, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna implement them in the minor leagues first to see how
Yeah.
well it is, and then they bring it up to the major league. That's how it goes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not understanding why would they want to make the bases bigger? What's the use?
I don't know,
What,
man.
to get more steals for a guy not to be out by a couple of inches? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. If you go to yes mode, they're gonna have that shit just flying right by. you
Yeah,
know
I
what I
never
mean?
was I'm not a fan of him, but it is what it is. We're stuck with him. I mean, Bud Selig allowed the steroids use, and this guy here, he took it all out.
He put a
So
stop to it at least. You know what I mean? He did put a stop to. Oh, and another one is a great one that I'm in favor of is they're gonna stop the shift. You can't go against the shift no more. So you have to play straight up. There's no more shifting. So that'll work.
uh, I was in favor of the universal DH, and they took that out. I was pissed about that. They should make a DH in both leagues.
Yeah,
Look how many free agents are out. Look how many free agents there's out there, man. The universal DH would help these guys find contract. Like Edwin Encarnacion, look what a great player he is. You tell me he can't find a job? That's crazy.
yeah. I can't believe that the Yankees let him go though. I think the Yankees could have
They
brought him
had
back.
to. They had to.
Yeah, they did. They
That's the
did.
honest truth. They had to.
Yeah, he's shot. We had a good run with him. He was actually a
I,
natural player.
I was always a big fan of him from the days he was coming up. I think in Cincinnati, and then he bursted on the scene with Toronto. And I used to like that Toronto team. They had Bautista, they had him, they had
Right.
Donaldson. And when we acquired him, I was shocked that we acquired him. I'm like, wow, we just got Edwin Encarnacion. I'm like, all right, we're going for it. I mean, and then he struggled in the AL championship, but I mean they let him go not because of his production. They let him go because they knew Stanton was going to be the DH and they had no room for him. But I'm always a big fan of Edwin Encarnacion. I was always a fan of him.
Yeah, he was dangerous that year. 2019, he was dangerous that year, man, with
Always
Toronto.
remember this, the parrot.
Yeah, I don't know why he was doing that. He was actually that was a joke. He's actually giving you the bird. He's
Yeah.
actually telling you "f you," but
Yeah.
like "f you" to the other team. But that's why he had the bird. But yeah, man. But this year, talking about Yankee players, um, man, they got an all around team there. It just sucks that everybody can't make the team. That you know what I mean? We want everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We wish everybody could make the team, but it's not gonna happen that way. But I think that you're gonna see mostly the ones that you've seen last year make the team. You're gonna see Mike Ford make the team.
Oh
You
God.
you might see, yeah, you need another first baseman. You need
You got Jay Bruce.
he's still battling for the team. You know what? We see that's the thing though. Um, do you really want to see Mike Ford is a clutch player though?
No, he's not. He really is. He had that one good year. It was a fluke, and last year he really didn't do nothing. But Jay Bruce, the way speaking on the Yankees, it's a veteran team, and for me, Jay Bruce does belong on this team. He could play left field. He could play right field. He's actually a natural first baseman. in case Voigt needs some days off. I want Jay Bruce to make the team, but I think how the system goes with
Right,
options. You're out of options and all that crap.
right.
That's why I don't think Mike Ford is out of options. I know Talkman's out of options, and that's
Yeah,
why one of the big reasons why I want Bruce to make it. But the reason why I don't think he's going to make it is because the guys that are out of options, they're going to end up making the roster. Which another thing that I was upset about is that instead of a 26-man roster, they should have expanded it to 30. They should have expanded it to 30 because we're still in this pandemic. You never know what's going to happen.
absolutely right.
Uh, where you can expand the bench. If they had a 30-man roster, I would say Jay Bruce, Derek Dietrich, Talkman, Tyler Wade, these guys would make the team easy.
Right.
Because it's 26, it hurts. It hurts badly.
And they're going, and the Yankees are going with an extra pitcher, so they're gonna have 13 pitchers on there. So you lose a guy, not a guy. I mean, you don't lose a guy, but you lose a fielder,
Mm-hmm.
in that sense. But the Yankees have a hell of a bench, man. I mean, it sucks that we lost Serenos. I thought he would make it as the backup. I thought because he has some.
Robinson Chirinos,
Yeah, he got a bone chip in his
fractured
wrist.
fractured wrist.
Yeah, so they might just have to let him go. Period. But it'd have been nice for him to work with the pitching. Because he has a little expertise, and he was the guy banging on the garbage can for the Astros. So he would have definitely helped us against balls and strikes.
Yeah, he was a personal catcher for I think Garrett Cole back in Houston. But Robinson
Yeah,
Chirinos, look, I was kind of happy we signed him, but he was just depth for the catching
right.
situation because I kind of knew he wasn't going to make the team. I knew Kyle Higashioka was going to make it, but Chirinos maybe getting hurt. No team will sign him now, so he can actually go to AAA and stay with the ball club just in case Sanchez or Kyle Higashioka they struggle. And when Chirinos gets healthy, hey, maybe they can call him up. You know, to me, signing him, I mean, it was really for nothing. We got him on a minor league deal. That's good. I like Chirinos. I always liked him, even when before he was in Houston with Texas. He could hit the ball, and he's a good defensive catcher. I admit that, and I like his game style.
Right, and you're hiring a catcher that has the experience already. He went to the World Series, and they had the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing. They already know. He already knows what it takes to get there. You know what I mean? He just has to, be part of the bandwagon. But too bad he fell off. So now it's like, man, in that sense, if Gary Sanchez, God forbid, gets hurt now, you know what I mean? That's a big hole there that the Yankees would have to fill, man. And I don't want the Yankees spending money for another catcher. They
Mm-hmm.
do have guys. They do have some prospects. I forget the name on the top of my head, but they
Yeah,
do have
Austin
some guys.
Wells.
Yeah, Austin Wells. He could be something if you know, God forbid anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, on that sense, man, it sucks for the team, man.
He won't be ready, I think, for maybe 2 3 years. But I didn't want to give up on Gary Sanchez. Everybody gave up on him. I wasn't that person that wanted to give up on him because I knew the Yankees in free agency they're not going to pay a catcher. I think that's the only last time they paid a catcher was Brian McCann because they needed one. And then when Gary Sanchez came onto the scene, they let McCann and they traded him. They don't. I love JT Realmuto, but I know the Yankees weren't going to sign him. I know they won't trade for a guy like Salvador Perez or Wilson Contreras. So it made sense to bring Gary back. To me, Gary is a good player. Just look, he had some bad luck. You have to believe in him. You got to give him time. And I believe maybe injuries maybe had something to do with it. But I do believe when healthy and if he's going right from what he's showing this year, Gary could hit. I'm not expecting the guy to hit 300, batting 300. No, if he hits 250, I'm happy. With 30 home runs, if he's getting 90 RBIs or 80 RBIs, I'm satisfied. I'm
Right.
satisfied with it.
Yeah, I don't know where this whole "I hate Gary Sanchez" thing came from, man. I really don't know. Um, well, but one thing is that it is frustrating especially in the 2019 season.
Mhm.
These guys, the pitching staff was really trying to bounce the ball off the plate, meaning um they're throwing shorter to the
Mhm.
distance of the catcher's glove. So he
Okay.
has to like kind of like bounce and stop it. And a lot of catchers are doing that to him, and he can't really, and they were doing it to him without him knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like they on surprise, they would bounce it, and he would have to, and hustle to get that ball. But um, the thing about Gary Sanchez is this: the man has played what 4 seasons already as the starting catcher as the Yankees. The guy, I think, is veteran enough to continue and play. The guy's still hitting home runs. He can hit over 20 home runs in a year. He's gonna do that. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to give up on him either. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if this year, I mean, for everybody, I think every player in the Major League Baseball that has those inflated numbers from last year, like the Trevor Bauers and all these guys, this is going to be the year that's going to make and break players. Now, if a player like Gary Sanchez doesn't do well this year, he
Yeah,
might
he's
be
gone.
cut. He might be cut from the team. I mean, because it's gonna make and break a lot of people this year, man. Even Gary Cole. Gary Cole, he's got a lot of a lot of to do. He got to carry this team on his back, literally, man. Because it's gonna be the Cole train, and that's it, man. But
Yeah, for me going into this season, I always knew this guy had phenomenal talent. But last year, I know because of the pandemic, spring training, there was a spring summer and spring training that split.
yeah,
And everybody was criticizing him, can he play shortstop? So for me, the goal this year was to see how Glaber looks at short. I'm not talking about offensively. Offensively, Glaber is going to do what Glaber does. Everybody knows that he's a phenomenal. He has great talent. He's good defensively, especially at second base. But now, 162. Let's see how Glaber looks at shortstop, and that's a big question.
well, I
Um,
want to defend him the same way as Gary Sanchez. He's been
mhm.
playing there already, so he's only gonna get better. He's only gonna get better. I believe that. I mean, Gabriel Torres, man, he might be the new Jeter, man. He might be the new Jeter. I mean, and he might have a hell of a career. He's young, and he might make it to he's 40 years old playing shortstop. I don't know, but it could happen.
It could happen. I'm just he's a big key to and how he plays on defense,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm looking forward to. Um, with the Yankee questions this year, they went with low risk, high reward. Corey Kluber, Jameson Tyone. They would have acquired if it wasn't for Mike Clevenger from the San Diego Padres injury. That they would have acquired Joe Musgrove. You remember when Joe Musgrove got traded to the Padres?
yeah.
Well, the Yankees were asking about Joe Musgrove and Jameson Tyone. I believe if it wasn't for Clevenger's injury, him being out for Tommy John, I think the Yankees would have acquired Tyone and they would have acquired Joe Musgrove. And I was hoping for that. I was hoping to get Joe Musgrove too because of the rotation. Um, but to have Garrett Cole's your number one and Corey Kluber's your number two, Tyone's your number three, Montgomery is your number four, which I do believe he's going to do very well. My number five starter right now. I could say I think Domingo Herman. You know, I know what he did. I talked about it in one of the guys that was interviewing me for Section 420 Talking Yanks. He was telling me about Domingo, and I told him, what he did was unacceptable. But everybody's human. I just look. I don't look at ball players or basketball anybody as my role model. I look at what they do on the field. That's what I am. I'm just a fan of the team. I'm not a. I don't care what they do off the field. That's none of my business. Me,
Absolutely.
Domingo Herman, as a baseball player, he did well for the Yankees before his suspension, and when he got suspended, it kind of hurt the Yankees big time. And now he's gonna rebound, and I do believe he will be our number five starter. And I think he's gonna prove the doubters wrong. If it ain't him, I could say David Garcia is our number five, with Domingo Herman being our swingman, where he could be a six starter. He could be our long relief man in the bullpen. Your thoughts?
Absolutely right. Domingo Herman, I've been watching him the whole winter. I've been watching him work out his games with the Toros down there in Dominican Republic. I've been watching him, and he's been doing well, man. And you know what? Um, for the real Yankee fans, George Steinbrenner puts all his money on the players that deserve a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you he we want the players that have something to prove. And I spoke about this on my show a lot of times. Steinbrenner was big on that. He finds these guys with no name out of the woodwork, and this guy is going to be phenomenal. And you know what? The Yankees did that. They did that with Kluber, Tyon, and all these other guys. They found these guys. Give this guy a second chance. I get it that Domingo Herman did what he did. I don't know what he did because nobody actually said what he did,
Exactly.
and nobody was there to see what he did. So who knows? He could have probably pushed his wife or something, and they making it sound like more extreme than what it is, or whatever happened. But like we said, it's not condoned in any fashion because it happened in a Major League Baseball event,
Mm-hmm.
which it shouldn't even happen there. Period. You know. So yeah, the kid deserves a second chance, and I think, man, he's gonna be something to look for, man. I think he's gonna be maybe the ace. If you let him ride, man, he's gonna play, man. He's gonna play. I really believe in that. Davy Garcia, I don't think he's ready yet to pitch, man, in major leagues, man. Maybe as a bullpen, to give him that shine, but not as a starter, man.
You don't
Um,
believe he's ready, right?
nah, man, he don't got it, man, because these major league ball players are gonna rock him, man. Remember
That's
he.
where that's where I believe the Yankees made one mistake. Was not resigning Masahiro Tanaka. I think that was one mistake. We should have brought him back. I don't know why they didn't. I know money issues maybe had a lot to do with it. But I'm not asking to go get Bauer. I never wanted Bauer to begin with. I
Yeah,
don't think he's that good to begin with. But uh, I know a lot of people had Luis Castillo. Uh, I knew we weren't going to acquire him. That guy, that's a haul from the Cincinnati Reds. I love Luis Castillo from the Reds and Herman Marquez from the Colorado Rockies. These two guys, I believe in a different scenery. These guys they're legit pitchers. I love to have them. But I was just saying for the money that the Yankees were spending trying to stay under luxury tax, I do felt like Masahiro Tanaka should have came back for one season and went all in this year. And I also believe that before the injury to Zach Britton, there was two guys in the market. I think I was talking about it on your last show. How I do believe that they should have signed David Robertson and Shane Green as to the bullpen. A lot of people don't like it. Oh, they're old and this, but they're veteran guys, just like Darren O'Day is. These two guys that fit the bullpen perfectly. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't. Nick Nelson, Jonathan Loaiza, Luis Sessa. I don't trust these guys in big situations. I don't.
right.
Unlike Chapman, Britton, Chad Green, you got Justin Wilson now. Probably Domingo Herman in the bullpen. But David Robertson and Shane Green would have fit perfect with this bullpen group. And they're still out there. They should sign them.
The thing
They don't
is,
cost much.
now baseball has changed now. Now with the
Mm-hmm.
ruling of bringing in the pitcher from the bullpen, now the pitcher has to now face three batters in a
Yeah.
row. So you need now in the bullpen starting pitchers in the bullpen. You can't. You see, like you can't manage like Joe Torre did no more. You can't play chess with the batters. You can't do that no more. If you bring in a batter, he has to face three. I mean, a batter. You have to bring in a pitcher. He has to face three batters. So, I mean, are you gonna really rely on these guys like like the Shane Greens and all these guys to face three batters? You know what I mean? It's tough, man. It's scary to even think about it now with these guys. You know what I mean? bringing Chapman in for 3 batters, that's hard. I mean, you can get a pacemaker put in yourself the way this guy
Yeah.
pitches. You know what I'm saying?
I hate the three batter minimum rule. I wish they would have got rid of it. I don't know why they're still keeping it.
And I don't
I just
know.
hate the way the rules have been changing. I just don't like it.
I don't know, man. Right now, oh, and one of the other rules was you only get 15 seconds to pitch the baseball now. So that's, I mean,
They're
they're
just
really
finding
rushing the
ways.
game.
They're finding ways to speed up the game. I don't.
You see, and in my opinion too, that stuff I'm trying to speed up the game, that could cause injury.
Yeah.
You know, because you're making the guy do these moves, on time. And they might not be on time. Internally. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I don't know, man. I mean, a baseball game is still gonna be 3 hours, no matter how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever.
Yeah,
But
and analytics go over all sports, especially analytics in baseball. Now they're not going by with their gut, with their heart,
no,
what they see on the mound. If he's going, oh, okay, the pitcher's pitching great, and like Blake Snell was a perfect example. He was pitching great last year in the World Series because of analytics, because of the numbers. They pulled him out and they lost. See, that's why I hate analytics. I can't stand it.
yeah, it
It
doesn't
shouldn't
work
be
in your
no part of
favor.
the game.
Well, you know what? Well, all this stuff comes from Moneyball.
Yeah,
Everybody,
Oakland, I know.
I forgot the guy's name, but he invented this.
Yeah, Billy Bean.
He invented this whole strategy, and now people are really perfecting this. And the New York Yankee staff, they have a hell of a team on analytics, man. Let me tell you, I don't know who's doing it. They don't tell you who's doing these analytics, who's breaking this down. But
Cashman. That's what Cashman wanted to do. Cashman. They got rid of the old mentality, and Cashman went with the new school. Like he felt like they had to catch up with the times. So now he got this analytic group with the numbers and everything. Yeah, he's part of it. He's see that's the difference between Aaron Boone and Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi was my favorite Yankee manager. I don't care what people say. I love the way he was. He got in your face. He went with his gut. He's not every minute to the bullpen, to the bullpen, to the bullpen. He let the pitchers pitch. I respected Joe Girardi. I know that they had to move on from him. I didn't like it, but it's part of the business. But Girardi was that guy for me. And I think I see them doing special things with him in Philadelphia. Now they got Dave Dombrowski as a GM. They're going all in, and
yeah,
the National League East is going to be the toughest division in baseball. With the Mets, with the Braves, with the Phillies, the Marlins. Uh, it's gonna be tough. The Nationals. It's probably the toughest division in baseball. And the weakest
yeah,
divisions in baseball is
everybody
the
else.
NL Central.
Yeah, everybody else. Yeah, the East is the worst ones on both sides, American and National League. They're the worst, man. The Mets have no chance in the East in the National League on the East Coast, man. They got with them teams, you know. But to go back to Joe Girardi real quick, uh, Joe
Mm-hmm.
Girardi, I like Joe Girardi as a manager too, until the last years. Um, Not only that, he didn't let the pitchers pitch their game. Not all of them. Especially CC Sabathia. CC Sabathia, I did not know, and I did know. I had an idea that Joe Girardi was calling the game from the dugout, but he called the game for CC Sabathia every game he did. I was like, wow. He said, I don't know if you listened to Ruko and CC that podcast that they had
Yeah,
together.
the podcast.
Well, he spoke about how Joe Girardi called the game for him, and he said he trusted what Joe Girardi told him to do because they were going through the analytics. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you, it wasn't working for CC because he was getting blasted in the first inning. A lot of the times. So it doesn't always work. Another thing with Joe Girardi too, that I couldn't stand with this guy, man. The last 2 years, him and Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach.
Oh, Larry Rothschild.
I don't think they had a great relationship with each other or something, man. Because I'll be there, I used to uh, at the time I had binoculars. They broke in the 2019 season, my damn binoculars. But I had binoculars. And I'll be watching that dugout, man, like a hawk, man. And these pitchers get into situations, and Rothschild be sitting there like this, like the hell with it. Like I'm not even gonna tell you nothing. And Girardi is like he don't want to, and also Girardi don't want to hear nothing from nobody neither. Cause like Tony Pena, the bench coach, would tell him
Yeah.
like, "Yo, do this and do that," and he'll have that attitude like, "Yeah, like whatever, like like I'm running the show." Like you can see the demeanor there, like their attitude, like when
Mhm.
something's happening, and then like one time, uh, I believe it was his last year of Joe Girardi. One time, I forget who was getting in trouble. Man, he blew like 3 runs in that inning. I forget who it was, and Joe Girardi wouldn't do anything. And then Rothschild finally got the got the balls to go out to the mound and walk out there. You know what I mean? Because Joe Girardi was just standing there like the hell with it. It's like wow, man. So people have their trials and tribulations in the Yankees. That we will never know about probably. What was going on at that time with that pitching
Yeah.
staff and that coaching staff. But he was a good manager, man. Joe Girardi, he did a lot for the Yankees. He got that home run in the World Series and the playoffs and all that. So he's a legend no matter what, man. He will always be loved.
Yeah, I feel like he's a good manager. I don't know what besides the Yankees, which other team are you excited about? Like in the American League, the team like I'm excited about, I'd have to say the Chicago White Sox. Tony La Russa coming back.
Well,
That team
yeah,
is
yeah, the
the
White
team is
Sox,
lethal. They're
yes, yeah.
scary. To me, they're the second best team in the American League.
Yes, they truly are, man. The White Sox and not really. It's not. I want to say the Twins too, but they're always a problem somehow.
Yeah,
And for the Yankees, they always have a problem with Tampa Bay and Toronto. I don't know what it is with those two teams. That the Yankees could be the greatest team on earth, and those two teams could be the worst two teams on earth, and those two guys will sweep us in a 3-game series. It's like why? You know what I mean? Like what's going on, man? We gotta beat these
it's a
guys.
division. It's a division game. Division games are always tough.
You know? And it's like, well, and the Dodgers and Padres, man, they got Fernando Tatis and the Dodgers. They got all these people, Mookie Betts, and all that. Man, they got a hell of a team, man. I think the Dodgers, they might go back again, man. They're gonna see them there, man. Somehow, some way, you know.
Well, we've been begging for a Yankees Dodgers World Series for the past 4 years. It hasn't happened.
Well, the
Everybody
Yankees,
wants it.
the Yankees this year have the greatest chance of ever getting to the World Series, man, because the whole American League is weak right now, totally weak, because all the great
It
players are in
is.
the National
It is.
League. All of them are in the National League. You know the Fernando Tatises and all these guys. They're all over there. All the best pitching, Strasburgs and all those guys. They're over there in the National League. So we don't even have to play against great pitching anyway. This year
Yeah.
Verlander's hurt. We ain't gonna see no Verlander. Maybe the worst one we got to face is Glass now. Glass now from Tampa Bay. He might be the worst one. But other than that, I mean, really got nobody. I mean, they got pitching out there, but we blasted everybody so far. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody's a match for us. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're looking at matchups like with Garrett Cole, yeah, Garrett Cole's maybe above everybody, but everybody has their ace. Glasnow with Tampa, Ryu with Toronto, John Means with Baltimore. Who else? You got the Boston Red Sox. Chris Sale comes out. Eduardo Rodriguez. You have Lucas Giolito from the White Sox. Jose Barrios from the Twins. I mean, there is good pitchers, to be honest with you. And it's going to be really, really, really exciting this year. I'm just happy it's 162.
Yeah.
Anything less than that, you might have postponements due to weather, maybe due to COVID. but not like last year where team had COVID, bro, and they missed like almost 1 week of whole games, and the record's like at 2-1, and there's already 10 games played in the season. So
Yeah,
this year actually it'll be set, it'll be organized to they know what to expect and how to prepare themselves. And I can't wait. 3 more weeks. I cannot wait.
yeah, man. The one thing we have to all understand though, the Yankees do have an Achilles heel, and the Achilles heel can be exposed throughout the season, meaning the whole starting rotation is a whole question mark for the Yankees. meaning,
I admit that.
meaning we have Cole. Yes, he has pitched. He's done well. Bubla and everybody else down the line has never pitched nothing since we don't know when. The only one is Montgomery that he pitched a little bit last year,
Yeah, but he
and
had Tommy John surgery, so he's coming back.
you see what I'm saying. And the only one that's there that might be reliable is Domingo Herman that
Hmm.
he pitched from 19, but he didn't do nothing last year, and
No, he was suspended.
he's returning this year. So the whole Yankee staff is a big question mark. So, you know, on paper, we're really seeing, man, these guys are great,
Sky's the limit.
but when we get there, these guys have to show it, man. And that's the thing, like I said before, with the George Steinbrenner. These guys have something to prove. So this year is gonna be special to watch. It's gonna be a great season, man, because do or die, it's gonna go either way. Either we go up or we go down. It's only one way, two ways.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm so happy we re-signed DJ LeMahieu to cover second base to be our leadoff man. I think Aaron Hicks now is healthy compared to last year. Giancarlo Stanton's healthy now. He's our DH. Judge is healthy, right field. I'm so happy Clint Frazier's our starting left fielder. Gio Urshela, now after elbow surgery, he's looking good. Voit is now healthy after that plantar fasciitis that he had last year.
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez. Look, this team on paper, we're healthy. It's all about injury. If they don't get injured, offensively, we're amazing. Yes, pitching staff has question marks, but let's say Kluber stays healthy. Let's say Tyone stays healthy. Montgomery, Domingo, Devi, and that whole bullpen stays healthy. We're expecting big thing. I expect them to win over 100 games, to win that American League division, and hopefully to represent the American League in the World Series. And
You
that's
know
what we're
what?
hoping for.
They gotta stay strong until Severino gets back too. If they can hold on
Severino's
till
coming back in
Severino comes
June.
back, that's another arm that they can throw in there to rest guys. Uh, um, I what I really want to see that the Yankees will probably never do, but my strategy would be is have guys in the beginning of the season do the 5 day rest, and then when it gets to a little hotter in the year, to July and August, have 6 day rest, where you add an extra starter there, 6 man rotation, and give guys some rest to get to the playoffs. Let it drag a little, drag on, because I said a lot of times before, not only that you're playing the opposing team, you're
Mm-hmm.
playing against the weather in Yankee Stadium, and the weather in whatever stadium you're at, you're playing against the weather. So it's either too cold or it's too hot. And man, I don't know how the hell they do it, but they do it. You know,
Yeah.
man, because Yankee Stadium be freezing, man. Those night games in April, when they show up now, oh man, they're like 30 degrees over there.
You don't have to remind me. I know.
I don't
I
know
go to
how
the
they do
game
it.
sometimes at night in April. I freeze.
And you got to give it to Brett Gardner, man, because Brett Gardner standing out there with no long sleeve, short sleeve, man, like a bull, man. I don't know how he does it, man.
I'm happy we signed him. I'm so happy we got him back for 1 year.
Yeah, he deserves to go out with fans. He deserves to go
Yeah,
out with
yes,
fans.
I do believe that.
Give Yankees give our Yankee veterans a chance to shine too, because Yankee management could kick your ass out the door too.
Mhm.
Without no nothing. They try to do it to Jeter, and Jeter was the greatest Yankee of all time, and they did it to Jeter. So imagine who they else could do it to. You know what I mean? So at least give this guy a shot. You know, look at
Yeah.
A-Rod, and Teixeira. They got fired in the middle of the season.
But do
You
you
know what I mean?
blame them?
I mean, they should have ended the season as
No.
Yankees.
God, I remember watching that. You know, it was brutal watching them. They couldn't do it no more. They couldn't.
Yeah, I know, but still, they were our greatest, not our greatest players, but they were our favorite players. They should have been
Everybody
our most important
liked
team.
everybody liked A Rod when he came to New York. I wasn't a fan of it.
No, well,
I was
A
not a
Rod,
fan of A Rod coming to the Yankees.
A-Rod right now, he's disgusting to me right now, man.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
forget what he's doing now.
I don't know if you heard, man, but he cheated on J-Lo and they broke up, man, and that's horrible, man. That I mean, he disgraced the Yankees, damn everything, man. Period.
I could care less what he does off the field. It's not. He's none of my
Oh man.
business. I could care less what he does. Him when he came here in 2004. You know, I have a friends of mine there. One of them is a big A Rod fan, and I always told him the biggest mistake the Yankees did was trade for A Rod. We should have kept Alfonso Soriano. And I remember that year, if they never got him, they would have signed Adrian Beltre. I said A Rod's career would have been better off if he played for the Mets, if he would have played for Boston, or if he stayed in Seattle or stayed in Texas. It, Look, there was teammates that loved A Rod, but Jeter didn't get along with him. We all know that.
But that's the thing.
A Rod did not
Jeter's the one
fit
that brought
with
him
the
here. Jeter's the one that brought him here.
No, 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 no. No, that wasn't true. Everybody says that's true, but it's not.
I thought he had
Jeter
a
and
whole good
A-Rod did
front.
not have that good of a relationship before he came to New York.
Well,
They were best friends when he was playing in Seattle, but when he got to Texas, A-Rod said some things about Jeter, and their friendship turned a different story after that. Yes, he came to New York because Steinbrenner made the move after Aaron Boone tore his ACL. Steinbrenner made that move. But for me, as a player standpoint, if A-Rod wanted to succeed, I wanted A-Rod with the Mets. I felt like the Yankee pressure, it was just too much. It was too much for him.
yeah,
If he would have played for the Mets or Boston, I think you're looking at a different, the way you view A-Rod, compare him playing for the Yankees. Look, he's a phenomenal player, don't get me wrong, but, steroids had a lot to do with it. Um, I loved him when he was in Seattle. God, he was such a phenom. I mean, they talked about the shortstops of Jeter, A-Rod, Nomar, Ray Ordonez. You remember Ray Ordonez
yes,
from the Mets?
yeah. He was bad, man. He was great,
He
great,
was great
great shortstop.
defensively. I'll
Yeah,
take him defensively over anybody. That's how good he was.
yeah. Donez, man. He was something else, man. Yeah, the guy.
Edgardo Alfonso from the Mets. I remember him. I remember that team very well.
They had a squad, man. They now the Mets have a squad now too, though. They got Jacob DeGrom throwing 101 miles per hour in spring training already. So yeah, they got something going on, man. Hopefully they make it, man. I like to see the Mets go, man.
I like the team they got, especially when Noah Syndergaard comes back, but they have no defense. They got a lot of guys playing out of position.
Yeah, yeah. They have to. Well, I think with the new owner that they have, eventually they'll
Hmm.
get guys in there, and they'll become like the Yankees somehow getting
Well, they
these.
tried. They tried with George Springer, JT Realmuto, Trevor Bauer. They came close. Springer, they came close, but I
Yeah,
don't.
they're gonna have to work on that years and years. You know what I mean? It's piece by piece. You know,
Hmm.
and the Mets used to have a great farm system, but it seems like now Major League Baseball doesn't have a farm system no more for these guys. No team. You know?
The big teams. Yes, they try not to worry about the farm system because they try to, help build to win now for the championship. But young teams like Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
Texas, um, who else? The White Sox had a great farm system. Oakland Athletics. I mean, I can name you like almost 10, 15 teams that have great farm systems.
Yeah,
And
definitely Tampa Bay, man. Those scouting,
Tampa's a perfect example.
those scouts, man, they find these pitchers that throw 100 miles per hour out of nowhere. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, man. Those are the guys we need to find. and bring them to the Yankees real quick.
And a lot of the teams now they're looking at Tampa strategies like, why should we have a $200 million payroll when we could do what Tampa's doing? They're building through the farm system, bringing up guys, and hey, he goes, why should we spend that kind of money? Let's just develop. I think that's the way it's going now. Is everybody wants to develop the minor league system, not overpay for a lot of players. So that's the new strategy now.
Yeah, that's true. The Yankees fell off on that, man. Um, for many years, they didn't bring up anybody until the Sanchez and the Clint Fraziers and these guys came up, and Severino and these guys. But other than that, there's really nobody they haven't brought up. A lot of people that they get are traded, or prospect that they get from somewhere else. There's nobody that actually stayed on the team through the whole thing, like Brett Gardner or
Jeter and
Jeter,
Posada
Severino, these
and
guys.
Mariano.
Exactly. There's really they don't have that. It's hard to find, man. But they do now. Hopefully, they stay on the team. You know, it's names are bad for me, man. But off the top of my head, there's one kid down there that they want to bring up early, but he's not even ready.
Jason Dominguez.
That's another one too. Jason Dominguez too. But there's another kid.
What position?
I think he's an outfielder. But
Yeah, it has to be Jason Dominguez.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the phenom they call him, right?
Yeah,
The next
yeah,
Trout.
yeah. But there's one that's 21 years old, 19 years old. I don't know if that's. I don't know how old this kid is, but
Oh, you talking? Okay, hold on.
there's another
There's
one.
Jason Dominguez. There's Efestan Florial. Florial is an
Florial,
outfielder.
he's another good one too. They need to give him a shot, Florial, and he can hit home runs too. But there's no place to put him. You know what I mean? That's the thing, man. But God forbid, I don't want nobody to get hurt. So hopefully they never play on the team. I just want to say it like that.
Those guys will get their jam. Like Efestan Florial. He was that upcoming prospect for the Yankees. He was one of the top prospects, and then I think he tore his knee or something, and he had to recover, and he never had a chance to really break with the club. And now they sent him down and everything. He still needs time. I mean, right now there's no room for him, especially on the bench with Garner. You still got Frazier, you still got Hicks, you still got Judge, you got Stanton. There's no room for him. You got Tauchman above him, so.
Well, there will be room for him in a year or two because a lot
Could
of these
be.
guys' contracts are ending with Judge and Torres, and a lot of these guys are ending, man. So who knows what the team will look like, after this season? You know what I mean? Who knows? The judges' chambers might be ripped out out of Yankee Stadium and put in another place, man. I don't know. I mean, like I said before, this year determines how players are going to get paid and treated in the next season. Because let's say like Aaron Judge, we've been wanting this guy to do great. What about if he doesn't do good? Are the Yankees going to give him another contract extension? I doubt it. Because he's accident prone. This kid.
I mean, I don't mind a contract extension, but if it's the money that everybody's projecting that he'll get, I'm not signing him to it. I'm sorry, I'm not giving him a 10. What is Aaron Judge anyway? He's going into his 30s.
I don't know what it is, but he's been playing like 5 years, 6 years now, and
I think he's 30 or 29.
And so far, he hasn't played a full year. I mean, he's played one full year so far, man.
That's it. It was his rookie year. I mean, his rookie year, second year, where he hit.
His second year, he played his full year. His rookie year, he played half the year.
Yeah.
And then he played a full year, and then he kept getting hurt. So it's like, please, Aaron Judge, do not get hurt. That's why you don't see him in spring training games. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to put him in there because, I'd rather they work with him secretly on the side and prepare him that way, and then, do it like that. Him and Stanton, too. Stanton's another one. Don't even let him touch the baseball field yet.
Yeah, they're protecting them in a way. That's why they didn't do heavy weightlifting this off season. They didn't do the usual off season routine. They went to a different routine to help build their strength, yoga, stretching a lot. These guys are, no offense, these guys are big guys. Anything they do. I remember Stanton, man. Even then, boom. Oh, Stanton's on the DL. We don't know when he's going to. The minute Stanton hits the DL, I'm like, oh boy, when is he coming back? They'll say 1 week, and then it turns out to be a month. That was the thing. And I'm a big Giancarlo Stanton fan. Like I said, I don't agree with every Yankee fans and what they say about him. He was the MVP. When you traded for him, he was the MVP. When he's healthy, he's one of the top 5, top 10 best players in baseball. I still take Stanton until today, no matter what.
Absolutely, man. I mean, the guy hits home runs by accident. He hits home runs by accident. I mean, the guy is phenomenal, man. I wouldn't give him up neither.
I'm not giving him up.
We have another 7 years with him, so
yeah.
Hopefully, they can build. We got Cole for 9 and him for 7, and we got LeMahieu for another 5.
Yeah,
the option
6 years. So
they have time, but time is short for this World Series run, man. I mean, they gotta make 28. I mean, somehow, man. I mean, enough is enough. They gotta do it. They gotta get
the window is short right now. I don't know how many more years is the window going to be open, but this is their team. You have to contribute in order to raise number 28. You have to do it, and I do believe it has to be this year. It's been 11 years, man. After 2009, I thought they would win it for a few years. Win a couple of championships, and they haven't won nothing. They came close to get into the World Series, but haven't won anything.
Well, yeah, thanks to Chapman blowing the game a few years. We had one Chapman blowing the game. It's like, come on, man. Like, we get there, we have it on the dish, plated and everything, and we can't eat it. You know what I mean?
I don't blame Chapman. That happened, bro. I mean, Altuve, who thought that he was gonna knock that ball? And then you found out years later what they've been doing. So
hey,
I'm not gonna blame Chapman.
Not only Chapman blew games, Mariano blew games too. Mariano blew World Series games too.
He blew it against Arizona. I mean, do we make fun of him for that?
Yeah, and he's number 1 first ballot Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So hey,
yeah, everybody's human, but I do believe Chapman now in a full year, he's gonna come back with a vengeance, and he's ready. And I'm expecting big things from him this year.
Yeah, me too. I think he's one of the best closers we got in a long time, man. And
since Mariano.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he can just just throw it down the line and he's like, maybe who knows? Maybe it was the analytics that knew that, hey, this guy's gonna throw it right here and I'm gonna hit it. And he knocked it out the park. Who knows? But and then again, there's allegations about the ball being juiced, stuff like that, which was determined that it was true in somehow a form. And the way they describe the meaning of a baseball being juiced is that the seams of the baseball were a little larger.
Okay.
Somehow, by a centimeter. I mean, you can't even see it, but it's a little more bigger. So that gave the pitchers a little bit more grip to give them spin rotation. Now, the pitchers this year, they're complaining that they don't have that grip on the baseball, that the seams are a little thinner. So I mean, does that work? I don't know, but I guess so. I wish I had a ball that was a home run ball to determine that. But
yeah, I don't know.
But they have done the science on it, and I mean, the difference is by. I mean, not even the naked eye could see the difference. So that's a big difference. But that's what happens to baseball. Now they say this year the balls aren't juiced, but they're still flying 500 feet. Gary Sanchez is knocking them into the moon, knocking them off Mars. So, so it's like, what's going on? Are they really juiced or weren't they? But we'll never know. They'll never say it.
No, they're not gonna speak on that behalf of what's happening and what's not. But look, for this year, I'm happy it's 162. Some of the rules they kept, I don't like it. Like I was telling you, the 3 batter minimum. Yeah. But this year should be the year where The Yankees should dominate the American League. And look, all I have is one goal and one goal only is to get to the World Series. We've been to the American League Championship, but we got to get over that hump and get to the World Series and hopefully win it. The National League is going to be a dogfight. They're gonna beat up each other.
Yeah,
I think they're going to beat up. It's going to be very, very, very tough. I don't even think the National League might have 100-win team. That's how tough the National League is.
yeah, yeah. I mean, every team is like, oh my god, like it's like any one of them could take it.
Yeah.
Even all the way down to the Cardinals, they're always a sleeper team. They
Well,
can
the
be,
Cardinals, I got them winning the division.
you
I mean,
know,
the acquisition of Nolan Arenado was amazing.
yeah, man. Them Cardinals, they're always a sleeper team. Got to watch out for them too. But there's
They're
always
good.
somebody that could throw a monkey wrench in your season, man. So it's like, gotta really be careful with these guys, you
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
you know. But man, yeah, it's gonna be great. Yankees, they just got to do their thing, man, and play, man. Hopefully, I get to see a game and get down there and get to watch it. But I'll be outside and I'll be watching from outside on the big screen on the from the Great Hall on the
Yeah, it's all
on the
right.
sidewalk. That's how close I'll get to Yankee Stadium, probably. I don't know, but I'll get in there. Hopefully, I'll catch a ball too, man.
Yeah, why not? I watch it through MLB at Bet. That's how I watch the Yankee games. And
Yeah, yeah,
I
man.
try to watch every game every year. Oh, I mean, every game throughout the season when I get a chance.
Yeah, man. I mean, the going. I mean, my thing is when I go to the games, man. My whole thing of going to the game is batting practice, man. If I don't get to go to batting practice, I don't even want to go to the game. Period. Because that's my whole livelihood right there, batting practice. That's why I get my autographs. I catch baseballs. I do all that stuff, man. That's when I really get to have fun. Then when the game starts, it's like, all right, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home, man. Let's get out of here. You know?
Yeah, I always go when the game starts, whatever it could be 7 or 1 o'clock. I'm always there a couple hours before, just chilling, watching batting practice, talking with a few people, getting autographs or something. Yeah, that's the fun part about baseball. You can go there and enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. You enjoy walking around the park. Sightseeing around the stores and the food. Steak and cheese sandwiches, all that kind of stuff that goes on in there. It's great stuff, man. It's Man, hopefully, Yankee Stadium gets to be at 100% soon. I think it will be actually at 100% by the ending of this year or before the middle of the year. It'll be at 100%. I think so.
Oh wait, 100% competitive. I don't see 100%
100%
competitive. This ain't
capacity.
Texas.
No, they're gonna open it, man. They're gonna open it right now. New York City is at 75% with the restaurants.
Wow.
So you know, by April, May, it's gonna be 100%, man. But they'll let people in, because everybody's getting vaccinated now, which I totally against the idea of getting the vaccination and then it's okay to open everything up. I think that's the wrong way to do it. But because that's the biggest scam going on right now because you got the vaccine, you get to travel anywhere you want. That's why they're allowing these things to open. So yeah, I think it could be open, man, 100%, man. You know, but I still think that it's not a good idea to do it though. In my opinion, I wouldn't even let fans in the stands this year neither.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, really, man. I think the pandemic is really that bad, man, and it's really that contagious, man. People are not taking it that seriously, man. Where I live at right now, the Bronx. I live, like I said, across the street from Yankee Stadium. Right, in this neighborhood here, nobody wears a mask through the whole pandemic. Nobody wears a mask around here. I'm telling you, nobody. That's why I don't go around the stadium. I don't. I try to stay away from the stores. And it's like I wear two masks when I go out. But yo, man, nobody wears a mask out here, man. Nobody. So it's like, you know, how do you protect yourself from these things? So it's like,
Yeah.
we want this thing to end and go away, period, forever. Don't come back. You know, but hopefully this vaccine, man, really works, man, and it really does the job, and it's over.
Yeah, we're hoping. We're all hoping for that.
I mean, I don't know if I'll get the vaccine yet, but I'll get it when they fix the bugs out of it, and I always get the second model, never get the first model.
Yeah, well, I took it. I did my research on it, and there's nothing wrong by taking it. You never know; they might make it mandatory every year.
Yeah, that's what I don't want, man. That's the worst thing, because I feel like in my case, my opinion, for me, I never got it. It's like, why should I get the vaccine if I haven't got it yet? Now, if you're a
Hmm.
person that has gotten it and you got COVID-19, right? I think you should get the shot because you
Mhm.
don't want to get it again. You know what I mean? I think you should get the shot. But hey, I'm not a doctor, you know what I mean? But I just want this
Yeah.
thing to end, and that's it, man. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people that I know that have been getting the vaccine, they've been getting sick. Some people are getting worse. So it's like,
They say your arm hurts. Your arm hurts for like 3 days. Like you get the chills. That's after the second shot. The first shot, your arm's just sore for 2, 3 days. Now, woman and a man is totally different.
yeah,
Some women they don't get nothing. Like when I took my second shot, my arm was sore for 3 days. And then I just got the chills, but I sweated it out. And that's it.
yeah,
That's
man.
all. That's all it was.
I'm gonna wait till they give out the vaccine at the bodega. I'll get it over there when I get it. I get it with some chips and a soda, and give me the vaccine too, man. Pop it in there real quick.
Yeah, yeah. That's not a bad thing. You just maybe
Man,
everybody's playing it safe too.
I'm gonna have to get it too myself, man. But I'm just prolonging it, man. I no, I definitely do want to get it, but it's like, it's too much of a hassle to go get it. With you go sign up for one, they don't have any, then they run out of vaccines, and they gotta start having a new appointment. I was like, whatever, I'll get it when they have enough. You know what I mean? It's like, my God, I know people that are going through it right now. That people are trying to get vaccines, and one person got it, and then the other person doesn't. You know what I mean? So it's like, when am I gonna get it? Even though I'm eligible to get it right now, it's like the line, the wait for it is like, oh my God, get it, man. There's people waiting to get it in May, April. You know what I mean? So it's like, my God. So for that, I'll wait until it's available easier.
Yes,
you
no
know,
problem.
and then there's no hassle.
I wish you the best on it.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
man.
everything will be all right with you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to subject to get it anyway. But when it's good. Easy when it was easy to get. Now let me say good, but when it's easy to get, I don't got to be fighting online to get it. Right now, the vaccine site for Yankee Stadium, the line is from Gate 4 all the way to the train station.
Wow.
Okay, you know how long that's like a 300 people long line. It's like, how long are you gonna wait? Even though they say it takes 10 minutes for the shot, so imagine 300 people waiting 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Forever. It's gonna take forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I think we had a long show, man. I think we can end it here, man.
All right.
And we could probably hopefully you could join us on the first inning. Because when I go live on Tuesday and Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you can join us live like you just did here, and you can talk with Roger and Michael Caputo, and you guys can talk back your ideas on Yankee stuff. Because we all
Yeah,
think,
sounds great.
because we all think differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't follow any other like Yankee blogs or anything, because I don't want to get in that mindset or mind frame where, like you said, people hate Gary Sanchez, and then when you're reading this stuff, you start believing hate Gary Sanchez. So I don't really do that. I
Yeah, that's true.
I, I watch the game for myself, and then I retell it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
My
You
Yankee,
have your own view and your own opinion, the way you look at stuff.
in my baseball mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So that's the way it is, man. Hopefully, I'll catch you at Yankee Stadium too, man. we'll get to a game together, man. That'll be dope, man.
I'm hoping.
Hopefully, man, it work out. But yeah, man. So we'll end it here. Let me stop recording. It was a good show, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. Anytime you're free.